Welcome back to another video, everyone. So today we are going to talk about a very important topic, especially at this market and among the craziness that's going on around, the sets like your Prismatic Evolution and the latest Journey Together pre-order madness. I think it's really important that we talk about this sets that we should avoid, because in a bull market like this, is everything going to do well? And of course, some of them may seem like, oh, they are gaining, but I think we should look at things in the long run rather than trying to flip some of these items. I will talk about why I believe this is right. So, and of course, a little bit of disclaimer: I'm a long-term investor. I don't flip, so I don't look at short-term gains that much. And in this video, I will show some chart and some data, and I will also show you, we will talk about some gains and loss percentage in a few years down the road, and based on the data in the past, the historical data. And I also considered sales fee of I think 15%. So I took off whatever price that's shown in pokedata.io by 15% before I calculate the gain or loss of that set based on a certain, let's say, entry price that I set. I'll share more in a while. And most important thing is, what I'm sharing in this video is not financial advice, but it's what I will follow. And I think it is pretty safe, and I think it's something that's worth sharing. So let's move on. So before I go and talk about the sets that we should avoid, I think we also have to look at the sets that are doing very, very well. So I mentioned this in the Surging Spark video, where I show, I think, the exact same chart, and I said, and this is the reason why I believe Surging Spark is going to do quite well. It's because if you look at the just the top 6 card value of these sets, they are pretty high compared to what I'm going to show you next. Let's say sets like what is this? Cosmic Eclipse, Fusion Strike, Lost Origin. This is 2 year from release of all these sets, and you can see that there are, if we just take the 6 card, but some may ask me, why 6 card, why not 10? I think 6 is just a good number. I think that is reflective, and it's also not too much. And if I only take 3 cards, then it may focus too much on really the main chase of the set, and it may because some sets they have a little bit more depth, and I think we also have to take that into account, right? So 6 cards, you can see some of them after 2 years. The better sets, these are all of course the better sets, the more recent ones, and they all have the prices of $300, $400 to $500 after 2 years. And Evolving Sky, of course, we know is a monster set, performing very, very well. And you can see even in 2 years, within 2 years from release, the it just go up and up and up. So Surging Spark is up here as well at the moment. I think slightly higher right now. This is 2 months into the release. And let me show you what happens for the sets that actually does not do so well in terms of their card value, and I'll also show you how their booster boxes are doing. So these are the sets that I say I really will not touch them. And the fact is, I did not buy any of this set. If you saw my video earlier, the I think 2 videos ago, where I show you the stash that I have, my investment, I do not have any of this, not even Obsidian Flame that many people are saying, that it's actually performing well. But if I look at this, I cannot convince myself that I should invest in this set. So what am I looking at? So I in my earlier video, I also said that actually the card value is a very direct reflection of how much in demand the cards and the set is in, because if people love the set, the card prices will go up. I think this is a given, right? I mean, when more people want the cards, the card prices will go up, the value will go up, at least for the few top cards. But if you look at these few sets that we are seeing here, even at release, some of the sets are just not valuable at all because nobody wants them, right? Or maybe they don't have a very good design. They may have many different reasons, or maybe the market is just very bad at that time. But whatever it is, I think these are I think Pokemon fans and people who actually buy Pokemon are very emotional people. So if at release, the people have made up their mind and everybody is saying that, oh, this set is not good and things like that, that the price will reflect that. So there's one very interesting case of vivid voltage, and at release it was a very popular set. Many people wanted them, but after release, you can see actually the card we are talking about is the Chankachu, right? The VMAX Pikachu, and it just drops and drops and drops and drops and drops in within the 2 years of its release. So at release, the top 6 card was actually at a very good value, but if you track them after 6 months, 12 a year and 2 years, it's actually now doing worse than Battle Style. I mean, after 2 years from release. So yeah, there are some cases where at release it seems to be doing very well, but if you track them in the life cycle, right, this 2 years, why I stop at 2 years? Because 2 years is where normally the print run stops, out of the print window, and they usually does not do any more reprint restocked. So that point of time is where we know how much in demand the set is. So if the value are still very low, and the likelihood that the booster box will do well is actually quite low. So here, the next one I'm going to show you. So this is the booster box price after 3 years and 4 years and 5 years. So in the early part of this video, and even in the past, I always said that I'm a long-term investor. So I'm looking at least 3, 4 to 5 years of holding. The reason is because after looking at all this historical data, and you hear this from all the YouTube content creator focusing on this, and when we talk about Pokemon investing, they usually mention, you should try and hold this for 3, 4, 5 years rather than trying to do a quick flip, because most of the gain actually happens either in the 3rd, the 4th, or sometimes even the 5th year. And this is very true. When I look through the historical data, it truly does reflect that. And here I want to show you of the sets that are not doing so well, like I just showed you earlier, these sets. Many of them actually also does not do well in terms of the booster box. Like for example, Battle Style, Vivid Voltage, after the 3rd year, it is actually still losing money. I mean, this it depends on what is your entry point. So if you manage to buy them at $80, $90, maybe you will break even. And you must not forget the processing fee and the sales fee that you need to incur depending on what platform you use. So yeah, and this is per year, right? Per year. So that means even if you break even, that means your money have not done anything in 3 years. Yeah, compared to if you put it into a slightly better set. I will not say you must put your money in all the best set, but if you just buy in average set, it should do about 15 to 17, 20% average gain per year after 3 to 4 to or even 5 years. That's average. These are the really rock bottom sets, right? So alright, so yeah, this was what I said. Low tier set may take up to 3-4 years before they even break even, right? And after that, even if they start gaining, the rate is very low. They will gain maybe like 5-10% a year, 10% a year, because if you think about it, especially in a market that's not very good, not like this bull market, everything goes up, of course, but you must think about in the future when this bull market stops. The boxes that will continue to gain, or at least they will not drop as much in terms of the value, are the better sets, and I think everybody will agree with that. And especially in this market, why is it that I think it is very timely for us to talk about this? Because at the moment, I have seen more and more people talking about, oh, prismatic evolution is so expensive, and Journey Together is so expensive. I'm not going to buy them. I'm going to save up, and then I'm going to invest and buy Vivid Voltage, buy better style because they seem like better deal. And I actually do not agree with that, because yes, it is harder to find good deals, but it is still possible. Like, for example, there are quite a few content creators talking about new stocks coming out in for Surging Spark, for Temporal Forces, and if with the same amount of money, $140, $130 that people are actually paying right now for Vivid Voltage, for Darkness Ablaze, for Rebel Clashes, I will really rather spend it on Temporal Forces, because I think it will do better in 3 to 4 years time compared to those sets. And it is also okay to hold cash and buy less in the bull market when everything is expensive. Like, for example, I only have one box of Prismatic Evolution, even though I asked for a case from my supplier, but of course everybody got cut. My supplier got cut, and everybody who ordered for in pre-order got cut. So that's fine. I'll just buy something else. I got quite a few more cases of Temporal Forces with the money I saved from Prismatic Evolution. I think that's okay. I even got some 2 more boxes of Surging Spark. About price, I think about 150 $150, and Powder Evolve, I got some as well, also at close to 160, I think 150 to 160 $. So it's still possible to find deals, and for me, I would rather spend a little bit more on some better sets compared to the sets that, based on historical data, does not do well. It just does not make sense. I think for Journey Together, I did this quite similar. I mean, I'm in Singapore. I think the system is a little bit different from how it works in the US. I mean, my supplier, we actually were asked to place our pre-order as early as, when was that? I think 9 December, 10 December, somewhere around there, middle December. I was already was given a price by my supplier. I mean, he said, oh, if you want to pre-order, this is the price. And again, if you saw my video in the Prismatic Evolution, I was warned that it is subjected to allocation, and I may even not get anything at all. So I ordered 2 cases. I mean, if they gave me 2 cases, so be it. They were actually, that's perfect, because there will be another video for of me talking about Journey Together, and what's my position in that, whether I think it's a good set, and what's my plan with it. But because I'm in a with an investment mindset, you always want to get it at a price that's as low as possible. And at least in Singapore, we don't have access to so many supplier that can sell us at a wholesale price, and even at almost distributor level price. It's just not possible. So the lowest we can get is probably 110, somewhere there. I think Temporal Forces I can get it at 105, 106. So I kept buying them. And it's a okay set. It's not a very bad set. So yeah, so Journey Together, I ordered two cases. I have no idea how many box I can get or any at all. My expectation is probably I'll get maybe one or two boxes, and if that's the case, yeah, I think I'm happy with that. But I'll just wait for the next chance. I mean, they will restock at a higher price, and if I think that the price is still fair, and also it is a good thing too, because we have some time to look at how the set is doing. So like this, we can start tracking, or at least I will start tracking. What are the cards doing? What is the value of the card if it is doing as good as Surging Spark at release? This is 1 month after release. Okay, 2 months after release is still going up. So that shows that it's a strong set. So if Journey Together does the same thing and the restock come, the box price is slightly higher, I may still get them. So at least we have a chance to see what is really going on compared to right now. We don't even see the set yet, and some people are already, FOMOing, and they are paying $200, $300, $400 for the booster box, and I think that's crazy. I will not do that. Even for Prismatic Evolution, I had the chance to buy at close to 100 US dollar. It's considered a pre-release price, but I did not buy them because I really do not know whether it's worth buying. I mean, right now, if you ask me again, I actually regretted not at least buying a few, because now I only have one ETB. I don't want to open it, so I should have at least gotten a few, right, for myself to open with my family, with my kids. I mean for fun, right? But it is what it is. It's a crazy market, and we do what we can. And please be rational, people. Do not buy Vivid Voltage at MSRP. Do not buy Rebel Clash, Battle Style at MSRP. I honestly do not think it's a good investment. But if you're just buying it to collect or even to rip, I think that's up to you. Everyone's situation is a little bit different. But if you can get it at a very low price, go ahead. But please do not expect similar return like what you see in Fusion Strike or Chilling Reign, or sets like Lost Origin, because they are just not the same. Yeah, that's what I wanted to share today. Yeah, be careful out there, people. Be cautious, and please do not FOMO into buying things that you do not believe in. Yeah, happy hunting.